Hey guys, Mason here to help hopefully brighten your day. Okay, we're now going to make a little video about diabetes, and going to talk about medicine I use, how I try to deal with things, and a little bit of advice on injecting. Obviously, this is all from my personal perspective and opinion, from my experiences, even though it's not exactly that long. But yeah, this is from me, so I'll probably go against some other diabetics' opinion and some doctors and stuff like that. But anyway, moving on. Okay, I am type 1 diabetic. I have been type 1 diabetic since 18th of April 2012. So, nearly 2 years. So that's not that long, like I said. For the experience that I've had, it's not a lifetime. So, I am still very new to it. And people will always say there's always loads to learn. I know a 78-year-old diabetic, it might be 68-year-old diabetic, and he's told me there's still loads he needs to learn as well. So I don't think at any age you're not going to master it, because it's something which people still don't 100% know themselves. So, like scientists and whatever. But anyway, moving on. Medicine that I use. I use Novix FlexiPen and Novorapid FlexiPen. Why did I say FlexiPen? Ain't even an eye on there, is it? No, there's not an eye on there. Anyway, basically, okay, let's go back to the Rapid Pen. This one's orange, so scream an emergency in your face. I only use this in emergency use. That's basically when my sugar level's too high and I need it to be brought down straight away. This is the one to use. Now there's pens similar to this, I think it's called Basal, I'm pretty sure it is, but because I haven't took the Daphne course, I don't know if you're aware of what that is, I'm sure you've probably heard of it. I haven't took that, so I don't know too much about carb counting and all that stuff, you know, to do with food, therefore I don't need to use a Basal pen. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, where you inject as many times as much as you eat, more or less. So the main pen I use is this one, the blue one, Novix, and in the name mix is 2 types of insulin, and as you can see at the moment it's completely white. I'll show that one as well, and that's completely see-through. That's a Novorapid. So this is completely white, and I'll show you a new one, and I'll explain a little bit about that. Sorry, ignore the kitchen. Haven't really had time to clean up. Busy with work and whatever. Anyway, alright, ignore that. And this is a fresh, mixed one. Now, I've already got this out of the fridge earlier in pre-attempts to making a video, so it's kind of shaken, so you can't see it too much, but this is, there you go. It's a bit clearer. You can probably just about see now it's completely white from the look of it, but there's like a little layer, you might be able to see that, little layer of white liquid in there. And basically what that is it's exactly the same as this, but that's before it's been mixed. And the way you mix it is very simple. You just shake the life out of the pen, more or less. I'm not sure if you do that with other insulin, but this is what you do with this one. And then, sorry, I've got a bit of a snotty nose as well. I apologise. This one is 2 injections a day. One before breakfast and one before dinner, sorry. And the way it works is 2 types of insulin in there. So obviously to activate it, you literally just go, done. You inject it there. And actually, I don't know if you saw any difference, but now it's got a bit more whiter and a bit more dense. So it's got long-lasting and fast-acting insulin in there. Caught my nose getting worse. Long-lasting, fast-acting, and basically what that means is just before you eat, obviously you inject. That goes for any type of insulin that you use. Fast-acting works literally within 15 minutes of injecting it and while you're eating your food, and obviously that brings your sugar level down. And then 4 hours later, the long-lasting insulin now kicks in. And then what that does is it's basically background insulin. I don't know if I'm using the right words here. It's just kind of keeps you going through the day till your next time you inject, and then vice versa. When you inject before dinner, pardon me, you inject just before you eat, and fast action kicks in when you're eating, and then 4 hours later, normally you'll be in bed, depending what kind of party animal you are, and it helps you through your sleep till the morning when you inject again, and it goes all back up again. Insulin wise, that's basically it. The irony in it is it says flex pen, but it's not very flexible at all. It's a routine kind of based pen, and what that means is when you start injecting for a specific time, like I get up and go out about 8 in the morning. Well, I get up about 7:30 on every day, and I normally try and eat for about 8, depending on how tired I am. I try and eat for around 8, more or less, and inject around then. Might be half an hour before, half an hour after, you know, that kind of thing. So I started doing that, and now I have to do that. So that means I don't get a lie-in. So it's quite horrible to do it if you're lazy, especially being teenagers. That's all we want to do, is sleep. But I can't do that. And then the same for the evening dose. That would be normally I eat dinner about 6:30 to 7 to 7:30. And so in that time, I have to do that again. So as you can imagine, when you've got a job and you're trying to do that, it's kind of difficult to squeeze it all in one. But then, because I'm at college at the moment, also, if I wasn't at college, should I say, and I'd literally just had a full-time job, you can change the injecting times to how it suits your job. It might take a little while to effect, because think about it, if I've been doing this for nearly 2 years, the same routine every time, your body starts to work with it. And I've noticed when it was the summer holidays, or Christmas holidays should I say, obviously I'm not going out, I'm not doing exercise because it's freezing cold outside, and all I want to do is sit indoors, sleep, drink and eat food, even though you can't really do too much of that. You're not doing exercise, therefore your sugar levels kind of stay, and because you're sleeping and how it is, your blood levels are constantly going up, your sugar levels are constantly going up. I've completely lost the plot of what I was saying, but I noticed I was then sleeping in later, sorry should I say, there we go, sleeping in later and eating slightly earlier or later on, like not too early, like sometimes 5:30 or even 8 o'clock, and I did notice a big difference. So, excuse me, sorry, I did notice a big difference. Like my sugar level was constantly going up no matter what I did. But as soon as I started injecting closer to the times I used to inject, well, supposed to inject, sorry, should I say, it started to level out again. So it will take time to change effects into it, more or less. But yeah, so that one's 2 times a day. Okay, how I deal with it. I'd love to tell you a big story on how the first day I was turned diabetic, I was able to go, ain't going to stop me, I'm my own man, I can do this. If I said that, I'd be lying. And truth is, I'm still not 100% over it. I haven't really accepted it yet, so I'm still very, very down about it, just as much as anyone who's probably looking for these videos might be a little bit as well. I still get very upset, yeah, and I don't sleep that well anymore. And I'm convinced it's because of this, because I'm so worried all the time. But the trick is to try and not be worried. Take your mind off things, but I'm a bit mean to myself, and hopefully I don't make you get into bad habits. I always look at a scenario that my friends are doing and go, I could be doing that if I wasn't diabetic. But then people always say it shouldn't rule you, you should rule diabetes. And yes, they are quite right, but you need to just plan it. Personally, I'm not into the planning game. I love to just do it as and when it happens. So, but find something which helps take your mind off things. Like, I love music, therefore I'm always playing music. I try to go to as many shows as I can. I hang out with my friends as much as I can, and I just try to take my mind off everything. You know, and my friends and family are very understanding. They will help me through it. My girlfriend, she's a complete sweetheart. She helps me through every day. You know, and her family do as well. And you've just got to think to yourself, I am normal, you know, because you'll go through a phase where you're like, oh, why me? And I'll be surprised if you don't do that. If you do, I'd give you a hug. It's something when you first turn diabetic, everyone worries about. They question everything, and it's very hard to get a grip on reality and accept the facts that they are the cards you've been dealt. But then there is an upside to this. You know, like I said, I love music, therefore I play music. I go to as many shows as I can, and it helps me feel better, you know? That's a personal thing I do, a little hobby, and I just love doing it. But then also, something which I do, and I find it helps me, it might do the opposite effect, but when you've got free time on your hands, why don't you research some new techniques of doing some new medicine they're trying to bring out, whatever. You know, I mean, they've got obviously insulin pumps. If you don't know what they are, go check them out. They've got new insulin pumps, and they're constantly making newer ones and whatever. They're still looking at doing pancreas transplants, stuff like that. Obviously, this is very high-tech stuff, and it'll be a miracle if it happened tomorrow. But likelihood it ain't going to be tomorrow. It might be a few years yet, but not much longer. You know, and the important thing is to just try and keep your spirits up, really. Like, I don't know, what something keeps me kind of going, which I'm actually doing a trial for in March, I'm very excited for, is they're developing a new type of insulin, which isn't actually insulin, I think, it's just a new chemical, whatever, which basically, it's degradable, so obviously, I think that's the right word. So obviously, it eventually just it stops working after a while. It disappears, it degrades, and it's a type of liquid. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's amazing from the sound of it. And what it does is you inject yourself once, again at a routine time, and supposedly it's supposed to last between a week and 10 days, and think about it, if they make that, you can sleep, you can eat as much cake as you want, you can do whatever you want, obviously provided, you know, within reason, don't go crazy here, but you can do the simple things, you can feel more normal again, and I like to say you are normal, whether you got it or not. I won't take that away, you are still normal, but, you know, this might help you cope better, and it'll certainly help me cope, that's why I'm trying to take a trial in it. So, obviously it's still experimental, and then if people are interested in knowing how it happens and what went on, I'll certainly put another video up in March telling you how it went and whatever, and tell you how it's going. So, you know, hopefully I'm still a part of this anyway, but that's amazing, you know. That might be a few years yet, or it might be quite soon. But if that works, that's going to take a lot of pressure off everyone. You might still have to test your blood, but then it's only one injection, which lasts forever. Well, not forever, but you know what I mean. How much easier our lives will be. It'll be a dream, you know. But that's something which is coming up. And there's loads of things you just got to look out for. To just do a bit of research, take your mind of it, and, you know, hope for the best. You never know. Right, quickly before my phone runs out of memory, I'm going to quickly talk about injections. Sorry, I blabber on quite a lot, don't I? Injections, right. I inject in my legs, my arm, my tummy, and my butt cheeks. And I'm just going to go for it quick. I inject in my legs majority all the time. I inject in my arm, tummy, and my bum cheeks. When I'm out, obviously I don't pull my trousers down and show my arse to everyone. I go somewhere a bit more private to do that. But arms and tummy, each peasy, piece of cake. Best way of doing it is quick. Now, it sounds horrible if you're definitely new to being diabetic, or if it's a new spot you don't normally do. I'll start with the easiest spot, doing your arm. I'm right-handed, yet for some reason I don't do this arm. I do this arm with my left hand. I don't know why, but it just works. And if you ever get a normal injection when you go to the doctors or whatever, simple, they just go, you don't feel it, do you? But when you're trying to do it yourself, I was told I had to try and get a bit of skin or a bit of fat at the back, squeeze it over, or lean on the door or wall or something, and then just get it over somehow and go like that. Don't bother doing that, just get on with it, do it quick, you know, it don't hurt. I tell you about it, does hurt sometimes, a very minority of the time.